Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Joe. Welcome back to another episode of the Inside Our Phillies podcast. It is October 23rd, about 4:22 p.m. here on the East Coast, and we have to talk about some Phillies related stuff. So, here to talk about whatever's going on with the Phillies, we have Jeremy, SJ Phillies fan. How's it going, man?
It's good. Good. Nice midday podcast. I like it.
There you go. Yeah, this is the I think slowest time of the year that we're gonna get like Phillies news. Like I think we have to take like any little morsel that we can get until we get to the winter meetings.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially since the free agent class is really not exciting.
Yeah, and at some point I think we are gonna have to have like a full episode. Maybe that'll be something we do next week of kind of going through the free agent class and guys we might be interested in or not be interested in. That's a great idea, especially potential trade targets and stuff like that. But for now, we do have a couple of news pieces. Let's start with the topic that has, for some reason, dominated the Phillies discussion on Reddit, on Twitter, everywhere you go. It's been the potential of Bryce Harper getting traded. I think this all got kicked off with Dave Dombrowski's comments about being unsure if Bryce Harper would ever be a star again. Then Ruben Amaro Jr. was talking a lot on his podcast and going on the radio when talking about it. And it kind of spun out of control until Dave Dombrowski had to address it today. How much have you been like up to date with what's been going on here? And I mean, what do you think about it?
And I think it's too. From what I've gathered, it was just like some random Yankee reporter saying Harper trade seemed to be a great fit because excuse me, because of what Dombrowski said about how not be a great player anymore. Like anyone that knows anything that's why if you know Bryce, that's going to motivate him and stuff. We're not trading Harper. Middleton will never allow that. He cares what the fans think first of all, and that would just throw up everything. And also, it's just the Yankees don't. First of all, these Yankees don't have anything I want. They got garbage. They had Dominguez. Oh, he was untouchable. They didn't use him at all in the postseason, and he was meh. Like it's just stupid. It has no weight to it. He's not getting traded. It's stupid.
I agree with you that he's not getting traded. Like the chances, are as close to 0% as you can get. Obviously, if you get a trade request you can't turn down, then I guess any team will listen to any player. But in the theoretical situation that Bryce Harper did get traded, what would you think about that? I mean, we've accepted that this is a ridiculous premise, but if it did happen, what would be your thoughts? And then what do you think like the value of Bryce Harper actually is right now in the open market?
Yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 more years.
6 years for 150 million is what he has left on his
team. Yeah. So, like, we are not in like a terrible position with our. Geez, it's midday. Am I just dumb today? With our
salary,
salary, yeah, salary, but whatever. And so like it's only 27 million a year. Like you're not going to get anyone better for 27 million a year. Like in today's market, like you're not going to get Kyle Tucker for only 27 million a year for 6 years, and it just like yeah. So we're not in dire need of payroll. That was the word. Goddamn, we're not looking to lower our payroll because we have like next year we have so much money coming after 2026. We have so much money coming off. So it makes no sense for that. And so no one's going to give us anything of value of prospects for 33 plus year old Harper and take on the whole contract. So it's just there's a no-win situation of any kind of trade. He doesn't cost a lot. He's going to kill us. He's not a bad baseball player. He's still worth 27 million a year. So it would have to be like this insane deal where they take on the whole contract. It's time where we got like top 20 prospects on the team.
I don't think Bryce Harper is worth that much. Like I think if he's a free agent, he gets 6 years, $150 million. Like I think he would get more than that, and he's certainly worth it. Next year, even if he's a 3 WAR player, he's worth the 27 million he's going to get next year. But like, is
Yeah,
Bryce
but he's worth
Harper?
alone. His marketing alone is worth that for the team. That's what I'm saying. Like he's worth the money. It makes sense. Kids are still gonna ask for Harper jerseys as they grow and want bigger sizes. They want Harper jerseys. They're gonna want this. People love the superstar. He's still famous. Like he makes money for the team, even if he's only quote unquote 3-war player that has over 840 OPS.
Right. I mean, I guess. I mean, my problem with like the construction of the team is that Bryce Harper being a first baseman now, and having Kyle Schwarber as the DH, like it kind of does limit the ability that the Phillies have to like improve their offense in any kind of substantial way. I'm disappointed that it seems like the whole Harper going back to the outfield thing has been completely shut down forever, because I think it would give the team some new avenues to improve. And I don't know, like I obviously
who there's no one good. There's no one who's a good first baseman who's gonna be a free like available. There's like name a good righty bat. We've been through this many times. There's no good righty bat that plays first base.
I mean, if you put Bryce Harper into the outfield again, then you can bring Pete Alonso in and throw him at first base. I know people are tired of hearing about Pete Alonso being a free agent, target for the Phillies, but I'd rather have Pete Alonso playing every day than Nick Castellanos.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm sure if we sign, I'm sure Harper, if he would say sign Pete Alonso and go back to the outfield. They're not going to say no.
I mean, that's what Bryce Harper keeps saying, but I mean, he's also like the king of pandering to the fan base and telling people what they want, and then I don't know, like the whole thing with Bryce Harper this year felt weird. Like his body language felt weird. Him asking for an extension, for several off seasons in a row, it's been kind of weird. Like I don't know, like I don't get as good of vibes from him as I got, in the period before the 2023 offseason. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, no, I get. Oh, yeah, he was very frustrating to watch. His vibe was like he was frustrated with himself, and that just I feel like, like when your parents angry and you're like you don't want to say anything, walking eggshells. I felt that kind of brought the team down a little bit. But did you see that hilarious article Zalewski put about his batting, like what the change was like this year? Really,
that was funny. Yeah, tell everybody about it.
Yeah, basically, Zalewski put an article out. I was like, oh yeah, all his like exit velocity, his swing rate, his chase rate were all fine, but like he just wasn't getting pitches in the zone as much. And I'm just like, what were we been saying? Stop swinging then.
Yeah, I mean, him not making that adjustment was kind of strange. Like, I don't know if he was pressing or what, but kind of strange, right?
Yeah, but that's like the major reason why like I wanted a new hitting coach, because like you're not gonna fix Harper like with his like his swing or anything. That's not the problem. You need someone in there new to tell him stop swinging. Look at this. You're not getting pitches to hit. Stop forcing yourself. We need someone in their voice to tell these guys if they're not throwing you anything to hit, stop forcing it.
I agree. Do you think Bryce Harper would listen to a new hitting coach though?
I don't know, but he sure is not listening to Long saying anything.
Yeah, and that's definitely true. I guess like the argument is that it can't get worse than it is now. I don't know. Like last offseason, the Phillies were saying that all of these older players were going to make adjustments and chase less. And in some cases, I think that was true. Like Trey Turner certainly had a much better year at the plate this year than he did last year, but in other cases, not really. Bryce Harper lost a lot of plate discipline. Nick Castellanos certainly didn't get any better with his plate discipline. So, I don't know. This team is in just a very weird spot as we approach the offseason.
Well, no. The team chase rate was better. Like, they weren't swinging at horrible pitches, especially in the playoffs. Like, no, they didn't look lost at the plate. Like, they were just swinging at sliders in the dirt. Turner didn't do that crap. Like, he maybe did, like, once or twice, which is, like, okay, that's normal for a batter to be fooled. So, that was very impressive. But it was just, like, they weren't getting strikes. The pitchers were, or off the plate and still like off the plate low and away, and like Harper just kept swinging. It was just stop. Someone give him the stop sign. Like until you get a strike, don't swing.
No, you're right. I mean, I realize that I'm like kind of playing devil's advocate a lot here.
I know.
I still want Bryce Harper on the team, but he has frustrated me more and more with this year with the chasing. Like the base running is just like beyond old, like running into outs on the base paths. Like if the Yankees called the Phillies hypothetically and offered the Phillies like Cam Schlittler in exchange for Bryce Harper, I think I would probably take that deal.
I would not do that deal.
I mean, Schlittler looked legit, and even though I think Bryce Harper would still get his contract on the present market, there's other ways that you can use the money. I don't know. Like, would you rather have right now if you could like just make a swap and get Kyle Tucker on the team instead of Bryce Harper? Would you take that?
No, I mean Kyle Tucker was like he didn't perform again in the play. I mean this was like his best year in playoffs since 2021. His OPS was 745.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
a lot of that can be low sample size stuff, though, right? Like,
no, I mean, the Astro fans always complain that he seemed to underperform. In 2022 against us, we kept his OPS in the playoffs was 706. But I think he
right.
went off in the World Series against us. I remember hitting a big home run. But in 2023, he had 17. In 2024, he got no hits. I don't know. And then like this year for the Cubs, I mean, he played injured for some stupid reason and was terrible the second half.
I mean, for everybody, like, so many people have said that this is a bad year for Kyle Tucker, and I guess, like, technically it was lower WAR, but, you take every year since the COVID year, and, it's baseball reference WAR 5.3, 5.5, 5.5,
Oh, yeah.
4.7, 4.5. Like, it's been pretty consistent, and on a rate basis, especially he played a little bit fewer games this year, other than 2024, where he was, on pace for a 10 WAR year, he's been a pretty consistent 5.5 WAR per 162 game guy.
Yeah, I know, but it just like something. I know he hits lefties as a lefty, but the way our team treats those matchups, it just makes me always frustrated. I get really trust him to stay in against the left. It's like so frustrating. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, I'm just like I'm tired of lefty bats. I'm tired of lefty bats. I want a good righty bat. That's really, really. If Kyle Tucker was a righty, I'd be drooling all over him. But he's just a
Yeah.
lefty, and I'm just it's so frustrating. And
Well,
but if he can hit lefties like he normally does, if we sign him right now, Hitman Harper, that would be great. That would solve everything.
yeah, I mean, absolutely. But I mean, I don't expect the Phillies to make like a serious run at Kyle Tucker. Like, it's just
Oh my god, he's never struck out 100 times in a year. Never mind, I want him.
Like, it would be great. Like, I think he'd be an improvement to the team. Like, imagine slotting him in to your outfield instead of Max Kepler or Nick Castellanos. Like, it's a big improvement, right? But I don't know. Like, I have no idea what kind of contract Kyle Tucker is going to get because, like you said, there are injury concerns there. I don't know.
Yeah, and yeah, you just never know with. I mean, yeah, he's 6'4", he's a big dude. He plays hard. Like, what's going to happen? Yeah, you get injured once, and yeah, I mean, yeah, the past 2 years, yeah, he's played only 70 games in 2024.
Right.
So that's always concerning. That's always concerning.
No, absolutely. It seems like most most executives are expecting him to get somewhere between 300 and 400 million dollar deal. One executive, an NL executive, got asked if a 10-year, $400 million deal sounded right for Tucker, and an NL executive guessed it would be more years but a lower AAV. So, not entirely sure what that contract would look like. I mean, a 12-year deal for Kyle Tucker would take him into like his 40s.
Yeah, no, that's so stupid. No,
I don't know. Like these, I feel like you're like most of the time teams regret these kind of super long-term deals when it comes to the back half, which I know is the point of it. But I don't know. It's my biggest concern about the Phillies' future. It's just the age of this team seriously catching up to them one day, like it did with the 2012 through 2015 Phillies before they just gave up on that core.
I will just never understand teams that don't front load those deals. Like front load them so when they're trash, you don't mind releasing them, and then you're like, okay, fine, we'll take the 5 million, like the 5 million hit year the last 3 years when we release him. If he's terrible, it just makes no sense.
And to the Phillies' credit, they kind of did, right? Like Bryce Harper's only getting like 23 million for the last several years of his deal.
I know people it's making fun of the contract. Like that deal, his contract has always been insane value. Like he
Yeah,
was so young when he was so young when he signed it. He signed this when he was 26. Yeah, so yeah, he'll was it how many more years till it hits down to 20? So 3 more years. He'll be 36 when it goes down to 23 million. So like that's it was always laughable, and people were saying it was a terrible contract. It was a great contract. Still is a great contract.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, if Bryce Harper hit free agency this year at age 26, he probably would be a 500, 600 million dollar player.
Yeah, but that market, this whole market is kind of like it makes no freaking sense. Like the money that Scooble's asking for, like 600 million for a pitcher. Woo.
Yeah, no, you're spot on about that. It's very strange. I mean,
there's going to be there is a bubble with MLB contracts. It is insane. Like Steve Cohen is because he's Steve Cohen, all that stupid money, and the Yankees because the Steinbrenners and all that money, and they'll just brand of it all. But like no one out, like the Phillies don't have the money for $600 million contract. I don't want, like, even though it's like not my money, but like I don't want them making that dumb decision. That's so dumb. It's like for a pitch, like for especially for a pitcher when one injury can fuck you up. With especially the DH now, a hitter, it's much more okay. Fine, we can possibly DH him if he stops being able to run.
no, you are spot on. And again, that's kind of where I go back to like the whole Phillies having their DH tied up with Schwarber. Like it worries me with an aging team. Like I don't know. The more I look at it, the more I'm like this Phillies team is not constructed well for like 2026 and beyond, unless multiple of their prospects step up. Like we need at least 2 out of 3 of Justin Crawford, Aiden Miller, and Andrew Painter to step up and be contributors by like 2027. Otherwise, you know, I think the Phillies are going to be in real trouble.
I agree. Yep. No,
I
I agree.
don't.
Yeah, no, that's basically yeah.
And I don't want to spend our way out of it when that's probably just going to get us into more trouble, right? Like, you know, you regret the Ryan Howard extension that he signed and all of that kind of stuff. But
I never regretted it. I was fine with the extended. Like that was a freaking injury.
you know, I mean, he was already like, we don't need to go and rehash the Ryan Howard stuff, but like, obviously it hurt him, but like, I don't know, he was probably showing some signs of regression before then, but I don't know, who knows. One guy who is probably not going to be getting an extension from the Phillies is Nick Castellanos. You know, the news this morning was that Nick Castellanos hired an agent. What was your opinion on hearing this news?
Good. They've speeded the process. Get them the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is just yet another signal. I mean, it's pretty much been confirmed. You know, Matt Gubbs reporting in The Athletic, along with other reporting in other places, that Nick Castellanos is not going to be a Philly. My takeaway from him hiring an agent is that it's maybe a signal that he's going to be released instead of traded. Like, I feel like having an agent is a lot more useful to somebody that is a free agent instead of him just like getting traded to the Marlins and forgetting about it. What do you think about that?
Oh I agree. Yeah, so I mean, the teams aren't dumb. Phillies aren't dumb. He's making 20 million next year. He's got no value. Everyone knows they want him out, especially with like it's like we predicted. Shit started coming out now. The season's over. Whenever we predicted this was going to happen. He was a cancer in the fucking locker room. He was. It is what it is.
Yeah,
He's
I mean, I guess
really.
I was kind of going under the assumption that, like, you know, you'd be able to trade him and maybe get like $3 or $4 million in salary relief, like be able to like pay for, you know, 3/4 of the contract and then, you know, get a few million in relief from whoever you're trading him to. But I mean, if that's not the case, like, who cares? I mean, it feels like the consensus is that he's a negative asset, so getting rid of him is going to be addition by subtraction.
Yep. And I just want to like. I just like I love our subreddit. I love our members, but like some of these takes is just like I'm not gonna say who said say, but like because someone who likes him, wishing Robert could become their beef or whatever it was, and then someone was like, "Why do you want him to stay?" I don't think he's that bad compared to some other people presumably staying. Maybe he just had an off year. And let's just go like by Castellanos' numbers for his time as the Phillies. He's been here since 2022. His OPS with us has been 694, 788, 742, 694. That is mediocre to garbage. And his 784 in 2023 was propped up by a first half OPS of 840. And then he, on base percentage in the second half of 235, of 271, and OPS of 723. He's only had one good half, and one good playoff series with us in our career. That is, he is hot garbo. He has had 1 year of positive WAR with us. Oh, 2 years. Sorry, which was carried. 1.5 was carried by that first half, and then 2024 he was 0.8. And like other than that, negative 0.1 his first year and -1. That is insane for a starter to have -1 WAR. He is hot garbage. I don't understand why people like defend him. You look at the analytics, he's garbage. You look at the numbers, he's garbage. You look at the eye test, he's garbage. What is there to like about him?
I mean, he seems like a decent enough person. Like, I don't want to go after Nick Castellanos the person because he seems like a good guy in the way that he's.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I don't hate the person. Like yeah, he seems like he's an average dude. Like I've heard anything like oh, he's the like true asshole and stuff like that. It seems he just is a hothead, like arrogant, couldn't accept he was bad and just couldn't accept his failures and shit. Which is it's just annoying. He's annoying, but like he's not good. Like it's just people. Like, he hasn't had a good year with us.
No, you're right. He had a great half of a year, and he got an all-star appearance out of that and everything. But now what I'm starting to wonder is, Nick Castellanos goes like the Marlins, which I feel is like the most likely outcome. Like, what is his OPS against the Phillies next year, and why is it like 1,300?
Because he's be like, oh, now I'm gonna like whenever he does well, he's just like, oh yeah, I started focusing more. It's like it's always his thing. So he's like against us, he's gonna be like, oh yeah, let's go. And of course, we're not gonna learn anything for some reason the way against our home players. We're not gonna throw a single pitch out of the zone. We're gonna throw a pitch in the zone every time. Like, yeah, I would disrespect him by just throwing him slop. If we walk him, we walk him. I don't give a shit. I would just not give him a chance to and see like, hey, like piss him off and just throw slop and see if he swings at it every time.
I'm very excited to see what like the Nick Castellanos return to Citizens Bank Park is going to look like. Like, there's so many mixed opinions in the fan base, and you see it on the subreddit. Like, some people are, the giant Nick Castellanos fans. Some people, a lot of our guests on the podcast are big Nick Castellanos haters. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, and I would expect it to be quite mixed, but we'll see.
And it's also funny, his All-Star year was propped by hitting 954 OPS in June. But in that July, he was already falling. He hit 162 in that July with an OPS under 500. So his bat pip in the first half of 2023 was 397, 361, 420. And his career bat pip, let's see. He's probably pretty good. Career bat pip it's 325. Yeah, he was performing out of his mind with that. So yeah,
unsustainable BABIP levels for sure. I guess like the one other thing we really have to talk about, not really super Phillies related, but we do have a World Series coming up starting tomorrow on Friday night. The Toronto Blue Jays have home field advantage after taking care of the Mariners in 7 in the ALCS. And the Dodgers swept out the Brewers in the NLCS. And this is the World Series matchup. What's your impression of this?
The Mariners had it. I can't believe they freaking blew it. I don't know how they opened Munoz in that situation. But I'm also like, I talked about this with you. Like, I hate when the World Series goes into November. We're not a cold season sport. It should end in October. There was no reason why the series couldn't start on Wednesday and be done next week.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it won't actually matter with the Blue Jays playing in a dome and the Dodgers playing in Southern California. Like
that is true. That is true. I didn't think of that.
Won't actually like impact the play at all. But if I was a Mariners fan, I would be sick to my stomach at the Munoz decision, like you said. But also at the decision to at the whole last at bat where Jeff Hoffman, of all people, did not throw a strike to Julio Rodriguez, and Julio Rodriguez struck himself out to prevent Cal Raleigh from getting to the plate. Like, sickening stuff for Mariners fans.
Well, but that's the difference between the Phillies this postseason and the last few postseasons. We didn't do that this postseason, thankfully. But that was basically what why we're always complaining about these chase rates. Was just like, yeah, Jeff Hoffman did not look great at all in the playoffs. Like, which is he doesn't have that dog in him.
I mean, he now will have a chance in the World Series. He's going to be the closer in the World Series, which is cool for him. Sir Anthony Dominguez back in the World Series. A lot of Philly stuff.
I mean, I definitely would have rather have Hoffman over Romano. But like, God.
Right. No, absolutely. And funny thing about this, no matter what happens, Buddy Kennedy is going to get a World Series ring and be a World Series champion because he played on both teams as well as the Phillies this year. I don't know. Just thought that was kind of goofy.
Yeah, I never understand why they don't list that in a Baseball Reference. Like, there's so many. Like, if you don't pitch or play at all, but you're on the team, like, they should still show that. I'm sorry. Like,
right. Totally fair. Yeah. But what do you expect to happen in the World Series?
Like, it says Kershaw only has one World Series ring. Like, come on, he has 2 rings. Like, was hurt 2024. But like, come on.
Right now, Polymarket has the odds for the World Series at the Dodgers at 69%, Blue Jays at 31%. Are you buying or selling the Dodgers at 69% World Series odds?
Nice. Yeah, I would. Like, honestly, if the Dodgers win, because if the Dodgers get like a 1-game lead that allows them to use their starters in the bullpen. So if the Blue Jays batters don't make their starters work to get to the bullpen, it's going to be the Dodgers starters will carry it.
Yeah, I have the Dodgers in 5 personally. I feel like they're just too good. I think that maybe Toronto wins 1 game at home in those first 2 games, and then the Dodgers go and win 3 in Los Angeles and are back-to-back World Series champions. That's how I feel about it personally.
I got too many Dodger friends, so I'm a hater. I say Blue Jays in 6.
Blue Jays in 6. I would love to see it. I mean, I'm personally too young to be alive for the 1993 World Series, so I don't really have any.
I was only like 18 months, so I have no recollection, thankfully.
Yeah, I don't have any bad blood against the Blue Jays that I know a lot of older Phillies fans have. And I know from other people on the podcast, Phil's Forever, Met Suck, like a lot of it's very visceral for those people that were kids during that time. But yeah, I mean, I don't care about it. It sounds like you don't either. And it would just be funny.
I hated them more when we had to play them every year because they were a stupid AL rival. So, but yeah, and I don't know. I like Vlad. I like their team. I like their team.
They still are our AL rival. Like, we play the Blue Jays twice a year, which is weird. We play them just as often as we play the Dodgers for some reason.
Yeah, but I don't know. But they haven't like bothered me. I don't know. They haven't bothered me as much recently. I don't know what it is.
I feel like we always do pretty well against the Blue Jays. It feels like
lately, not lately. I mean, especially like when interleague was like special and a special point of the year, we would always lose every interleague series. So
let's try to pull this up. Phillies versus Blue Jays history. 2025, the Phillies were 4-2, 3-1 in 24, 3-1 in 23.
Yeah, but go back to like 2008. Go back to the 2008 era.
2008, Phillies were 1-2. 2009, 2-4, 2-1 in 2010 and 2011. And then obviously the Phillies were terrible for a long time and went from 2011 until 2023 without winning season series against the Blue Jays. So
it's only been recent that they've been. But then
yeah. I mean, career Phillies all time are 40-50 against the Blue Jays, and this does include the World Series.
Yeah, fun. But we also need to talk about the travesty of the Fielding Bible Awards. Castellanos did not win.
Oh man, yeah. Go talk about this. What were your thoughts on this?
The Fielding Bible Award winners. I mean, they were announced like a few hours ago. But you have catcher Patrick Bailey, no surprise. First base Matt Olson, whatever, fine, yeah. Second base Nico Horner, no surprise. Third base Key Brian Hayes, no surprise. Shortstop Mookie Betts, no surprise. Left field Stephen Kwan, no surprise. Center field Sedan Rafaelia, whatever, no surprise. Right field Fernando Tatis, no surprise. Max Fried, No one really follows pitchers fielding, so whatever, fine. And then multi-position utility, Ernie Clement, no one follows that shit. And then player of the year, Patrick Bailey, no surprise. Team of the year, Cubs, no surprise. This is yeah, it was pretty boring. Like, okay, yeah, those are all good fielders, and everyone knew the Cubs had the best fielding team this year.
Interesting. I know, the Phillies' one Gold Glove nominee is Bryson Stott. We'll see if he ends up winning Gold Glove.
But I thought he wasn't. But Gold Glove 2025 finalists. I thought he wasn't.
I'm pretty sure Bryson Stott was the nominee, right?
Catcher, first base. No, Harper's our only.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Harper's the only one. Okay, he probably won't win. I didn't think Bryce Harper was a great fielder this year.
Oh yeah. The problem with him, because people don't understand. Like, yes, he doesn't make many errors, but his decision making there was so bad.
Yeah, I know. You can tell he's not really. You can tell he's not a first baseman. You can tell he's an outfielder that doesn't really know the ins and outs of the position.
Yeah, I mean, but especially if the guy won like the fielding Bible, like Matt Olson's gonna win the Gold Glove, Nico Horner's gonna win the Gold Glove, Brian Hayes is gonna win the Gold Glove, Mookie Betts gonna win the Gold Glove. Yeah, it's. I guess I'm surprised Pico Armstrong didn't win the center field one.
Right, yeah, I mean, he kind of fell off offensively in the second half of the year. I feel like there wasn't as much talk about him, but I mean that shouldn't matter for.
Oh yeah, I thought he was like gonna win MVP. Like I think he was gonna be. I was like, oh man, he's gonna be like the first like true analytic era MVP. Because like he had his WAR is 6, but his offense in the second half really just killed any conversation.
His first half WAR, I'm pretty sure, was like 5. I think he was on pace for like a 9 or 10 WAR a year, and then.
Oh yeah. His OPS in the first half was 847. Second half was 634.
Yeah,
so,
it's not going to do it.
Yeah. So yeah. You're better off having a great second half than a first half for any kind of award.
That's what people are thinking. It's more fresh in people's minds, and then that's going to be what they're thinking about, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it just makes sense. Like, oh great, you were great in April. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah. So I'm with you there. Anything else that you had for us today, Jeremy?
The NBA betting stuff is insane. Like, they need to get rid of all prop bet, like these micro bets. Like, it should only be team wins and then like plus minus on spreads. Like these, it's proven that they can't. No one can be trusted with this shit, and these players are even in the rich. So
I'm just tired of hearing about all of the sports betting stuff in general. Like, you go to Citrus Lake Park, you see the big ESPN bet advertisement. The NBC Sports Philadelphia broadcast. They're constantly running ads in the middle of innings about sports betting. I don't know. I'm just so tired of hearing about it.
I know. I mean, the solution, I want sports betting should be legal, but you're not allowed to advertise it like this. It's the most obvious solution to any kind of problem.
Right. It's like in a similar way to how they have it with
cigarettes. Cigarettes. Yeah.
Makes too much sense, Jeremy. Makes way too much sense.
Yeah, it's just like, who could have seen this? It's just like, yeah, well, people want to legal, but it's just so dumb. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe Class A is never going to pitch again. That's the last thing I heard. Like, the evidence is overwhelming from what I read. So
yeah, I mean, if you just watch the clips of Class A, I mean, it made it a pretty open and shut case.
But my takes were when he got things are still the same. I'm not surprised when it's like these players that were signed as teenagers in these foreign countries at 16 years old that don't know, like, you tell me they're going to go through like the civics and the laws and all this. Like, you're a 16-year-old, your whole life working with just for sports. You're not taking an economics course.
Well, a lot of the time it's like people doing it for their family or their friends. Like, they're not making the bet themselves, but they're telling their parents that they're going to place a bet in one way or another, and the parents can put a bet, or a friend, or something like that.
Yeah, I know, but so it's but seriously, you need to start this education in the minors. That's how you do it. You go over the law, you teach them. It's very easy every year. This is how everyone tracks everything, especially with all this data points we have now. They can find any irregularities. It's not worth it. It's a freaking, you do this once a year at spring training. for every player at minor majors, and I guarantee it would go down more because
Yeah.
there's always going to be some idiot that thinks they're smarter than the system.
Yeah, they get around it or whatever, right? So I'm with you. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with this NBA stuff. I don't really watch the NBA at all.
Well, no, I don't watch it. I don't watch it anymore either. I can't. Ever since the Bulls got rid of Butler, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I've just never been an NBA guy. I think college basketball is so much better. Even though the people are doing their best to ruin college sports. Watching USC play Rutgers in a division or in a conference matchup is just so stupid. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I can't believe they thought the solution was to not just let them make money off their image. Instead, let's have schools bid on these players. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, it technically is off of their image, but everybody knows what it really is. Like, I don't know. The NCAA is like they didn't handle the teeth properly when they had teeth, and now they just don't have teeth. And
exactly, no, the NCAA, the NCAA was corrupt, is corrupt for so long until now it's ruined.
I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. I hope one day the Pac-12 can come back. I missed the Pac-12 on r/CFB and r/college basketball. My flares are USC and then the Pac-12 because I miss it every day. But we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. The last thing, bring back to baseball. Everyone's talking about Ohtani had the best game of all time. This with 3 home runs and 10 strikeouts. Rick Wise, people, pitched a no-hitter and hit 2 home runs.
I mean, would it be a playoff game for Shohei? I kind of see the argument. I mean, that was the game that clinched the series, right? Like,
yeah, but the Brewers also had no teeth.
Yeah, I mean, I get that the Brewers were like a bad team. At least maybe not a bad team, but they fell apart. I don't know. I could see the argument for Rick Wise. I could see the argument for Shohei Ohtani. I think I'd probably give Ohtani the edge, but I don't know. It's tough. I mean, Shohei Ohtani is probably like the best baseball player of all time.
I agree with that.
I mean, it's just incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. But I don't know. I'm still upset at the Dodgers, even though Shohei Ohtani really didn't do shit in that series. I'm still upset at how that whole series went. Like, I don't know. Like, is it better or worse for you if the Dodgers win the World Series? Like, does that change your opinion on the Phillies at all?
No, because no, because if we would have beat the Dodgers, we probably would have won the World Series.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes it any more or less painful for me. Like, I get an argument like, you can be like, at least we lost to a really good team, but at the same point, it's like, they were so close and they should have won those games, and it's just like 2023 when they probably would have won the World Series if they just did their job. So, I don't know.
I mean, 2023 hurt more. We had a 3-1 lead. That hurt more. This, like, our hitter, like, we could not get the clutch hit again, as usual.
It was a 3-2 lead in 2023, because they lost Game 4, and then they won Game 5 in Arizona to have a 3-2 lead going back to Philadelphia. But,
that's right. Yeah.
The Dodgers are a much better team than the Diamondbacks were.
Yes.
So, it's a worse feeling to lose to the Diamondbacks, but this is very similar, because, like, the Phillies lost the games. I don't know if the Dodgers really won as much as the Phillies lost a couple of those games in this series.
Yeah.
And I don't know. But it's going to be something that lives with us for a long time. Anything else you have before we wrap up the episode today?
Nope.
All right. I am pretty much out of stuff, too. I think it's incredible that we got through almost 40 minutes. I honestly did not think that was going to happen. So props to you for bringing a lot to the discussion today, and props to everybody.
I could rant about baseball for hours.
I could too, but I don't know if everybody wants to get too in the weeds about things from like 7 years ago. Like, I could talk about like the 2018 Phillies for forever, but like the 2025 Phillies right now, just too much of a pain point for me to really talk too much. But on to 2026 and 2027, which probably won't happen, but maybe it will. So Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you want to get involved in the podcast, we have a Discord server for the subreddit, and the link to the Discord server is going to be in the show notes. Be sure to put any comments, any questions in the podcast channel on there. So we will talk to you all real soon. We'll get an episode out at some point in the next week, whenever something happens, which, hopefully will be soon. And talk to you all real soon. Have a good one.
Bye.